heading to Sven Totté. Sven has been working in several senior leading positions in variety of industries, and right now he's running his own consultancy firm since almost 3 years back. And I know that you are working with boards and you're board member and with executive managers. So leading and motivating people, developing innovative businesses and implementing challenging strategies while keeping customer focus stimulates him the most. So welcome, Sven, and tell us a little bit more about yourself.
My name is Sven, and I'm a Belgian, very proud of that. I lived in Paris, France, in London, UK, but now for a while now I've been living in the south of Sweden, very close to the sea and the nature, which makes me happy. And as you mentioned, Dave, I'm running a management consulting company, and we're doing strategic development and transformation, mostly for small and medium kind of companies, sized companies. Doing this kind of work for a long time, like you said, in different industries. Mostly I work with business model development and the selection and implementation of exciting, funky new technologies that enable these business models. But last and not least, a lot of organizational development, working with people and talents, and lately a lot with the gig economy. And like you said, I do that line of work, as an interim leader or as a coach to senior leaders or on boards. And my secret weapon, I don't have a superpower, I have a secret weapon, is that I'm pretty good at packaging smart market insight and trend analysis into very clear and crisp visions, and shaping these so that I can inspire and drive these transformational changes for the companies I work with, and I do love that kind of work.
Yeah, yes, that's fantastic, and I've seen those. I've seen your work actually a couple of years ago when we happened to work together.
Yeah.
Sven, I have to say that I love your SDG symbol on your cap.
This is a Belgian student hat. I think the last time I wore it must be 1994 or something like that. Yeah, but I managed to pin the the SDG symbol on it. Yeah,
that's wonderful.
Whatever.
Yeah. So I know that you had some pilot cases. Actually, I think you had 2. Is that correct? Where you piloted your knowledge?
Yeah. So I don't know why actually. It wasn't matter. I couldn't choose, but I couldn't say no to. One was with a medtech company working with inhalated drugs for chronic lung diseases and vaccines, and the last couple of weeks I've been quite busy there, unfortunately. And the other one is with an incubator in Lund that helps actually startup companies in health tech and in pharma. So 2 very different pilots, but it was, honestly, it was really good to get the tools that I got, the insights and the examples you shared, and the framework to put that into real life, because then you really get to know how to use the tools, right?
Yeah. And actually to apply it to those circumstances, because your cases were really different. Yeah,
very different. So yeah, that's true.
So could you say something about that? How you applied it, and what was the difference between how you use the tools?
Yeah. So I would say like this. That. The reason why I really got interested in these pilots, but also in the course and the matter is that, I've been trying to implement sustainability or ecological offers, but kind of in I would say in a very limited and a little bit more amateuristic way. And it's good to get a complete framework around that. And here it's the same thing, this meta company actually already had a couple of really good things going on, delivering to some of the goals, but they didn't link it and they didn't put it into the overall strategy, and it didn't communicate properly about it. Yeah. So in that sense, for me, in this case, and in the way I work now, is that I just integrate sustainability more in the existing workflow. that I use with my customers, and not as a separate thing. It is just part of the the stuff that I do with the companies.
Yeah, that's right. So it's kind of as Gunilla said about bringing it into the business development, the business strategy.
Yeah.
It's mostly about that, actually, to find
Yeah.
those opportunities.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, great. And what are your best tips to people listening to this to get started? What are your suggestions and tips for how to get started with working with sustainable development goals?
Yeah, so I think I've three things I thought about when I got that question. And the first thing is that I think it took longer time for me to do the course, because I think you have to put all you have in a course, using your your curiosity and your energy to read, understand, to challenge and discuss the subjects. Not only to be a kind of a trustworthy subject matter expert, but also to be a very reliable and I would say inspirational leader. And for that, you need to know enough about the subject to really be able to be convincing. That's one thing. The other one is don't try to do this on your own. Engage with peers, engage with others that are also inventing or developing or implementing sustainable strategies, just to learn and to share and to care, because things go quite fast these days, and it's trying to do everything on your own is just impossible.
Yeah.
And the third part, if it's a comment that is you can use on any kind of change leadership, but to really navigate and lead changes and all the implications that come with it, you have to have a secure commitment from the top decision makers in the company or in the organization, board or C-level. But never forget that change is done and change is made permanent by the people that actually do the work.
Exactly.
So make sure that their talent, their competence, whatever, is taken into account, and connecting with them, but yourself, or the people managing them, is really the essential part of successful change that is sustainable and that is permanent.
Yeah, so well put. I totally agree with you. So start from the top level to have the permission to do the change, but then you really need to connect with with the stakeholders within the company.
Yeah, and the people that do the work.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, that's great. And and your dreams about the futures, what are those?
So there's one kind of I think there's two things I was thinking about. Like you, I kind of dream a lot, so I can't pick one. But the first dream is that that my three daughters are proud of their dad trying a little bit more than his share to make this world just a little bit of a better place, and at the same time have fun and share success and do some great good business. That's when they give me that feedback. In the future, I'll that's a dream fulfilled. Besides that, the current thing that is happening in the world, I really hope that we do not return to the same old routines once this medical crisis caused by coronavirus is under control. So I like I said, I work with transformations, and transformations go through different phases. And lots of companies and organizations have really jumped from an introduction phase and skipped the transition phase and straight into maturity phases of the usage of digital processes, sustainable approaches for meetings, interactions, information sharing, creative working, in a matter of hours and days. Where we, as transformational leaders, we were working for months and years to do that, but it's just happened. Now that it happened, let's not go back, please. Let's try to build healthcare and not focus on sick care. And for me, I think we owe this to all the hundreds of thousands of people who suffered or mourned or died of COVID-19, right? So that's if it's a dream or if it's kind of a motivation, I don't know. But I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, I love it. Focus on healthcare and not sick care. You really put it well there. Okay, thank you so much, Sven.
And cheers.
Yeah, and cheers.